Eickemeyer Veterinary Equipment is now presenting the Equinosis Q with lameness locator software, the world's foremost field-based objective lameness diagnostic for veterinarians. It is based on extensive research and is now used by more than 250 practices and universities around the world. The Equinosis Q is a body-mounted inertial sensor system that is used to detect and evaluate lameness in horses. It consists of a tablet PC and inertial sensors, accelerometers that we place on the horse's head and pelvis, and a gyroscope that we put on the right forelimb. An inertial sensor to put on the rider has been added too, since the activity of the rider is known to affect both the movement of the horse and the measurement of lameness. The sensor samples 200 times per second, which is much faster than the human eye that only samples 20 to 25 times per second. The basic trial is to trot the horse in a straight line on a hard surface for at least 25 strides, which allows the system to discard the walking strides during turns and remove random variability due to head tossing or the horse misbehaving. For each trial analyzed, a report will be generated and saved. Very often, a trial in a straight line will be enough to detect lameness in a horse. In more complicated cases, it can be useful to perform additional trials, such as lunging, flexion tests, and riding. Blocking trials can be performed to evaluate the effectiveness of a diagnostic block during a lameness examination, and comparison reports can be made to evaluate treatments over time. The data collection occurs in real time and as wireless is streamed directly to the tablet PC within a transmission range of 100 meters. Data can be analyzed immediately after collection and will detect the time and severity of lameness using algorithms. Creating a report takes seconds and will not interfere with the normal lameness evaluation. The Equinosis Q is useful for all equine veterinarians performing lameness examinations in an ambulatory practice or in hospital settings. It can be used on all types of horses and ponies. The inertial sensors on the head and pelvis measure the vertical movement of the torso, which has been shown in studies to be the most sensitive indicator for lameness in a horse. All lame horses will have asymmetric motion of the torso, and it is therefore possible to detect and differentiate left from right lameness only by measuring the vertical movement of the torso. The gyroscope on the right forelimb gives information about the phase of the stride. One stride is the distance from the imprint of the right forefoot until the same foot hits the ground again, which includes two vertical movements of the torso. For every stride, the system calculates the difference between the right and left forelimb in both the maximum and minimum position of the head. It will also calculate the difference between the right and left hind limb in both the maximum and minimum position of the pelvis. A difference in position between the two halves of the stride will indicate an asymmetry in the movement of the horse. These asymmetries are then displayed in the report in a wayplot for forelimbs and a subplot for each hind limb. The means and standard deviations will also be displayed in the report and give the clinician an idea of the consistency of the data collected and the type and severity of the lameness. To learn more about the Equinosis Q or to book a live demo, please contact Eickemeyer.